keep interrupting the word, man. Right? But Lord willing, it was enough in that little section. Right? But yeah, man, we gotta do the work, man. I'm tired of all this. When you let me just bring this out, brothers. When you on Twitter or any of these social medias arguing amongst brethren about precepts, it doesn't profit any, man. If anything, it causes more confusion, right? But pick up your cross, man. Do the work, right? Brothers is now. I remember now. I don't mean all brothers that are still in the midst of studying to show themselves approved, man. But if you still in that midst, it shouldn't be no back and forth still, man. Right? Because I remember being the brother, you know, still seeking. And I didn't like when brothers used to be like keyboard Israelites. But now I understand what them brothers meant, man. Brothers ain't doing no labor, no work out here, but spending sun up to sundown arguing over scriptures, man. Come out here and bid the people to the marriage, man. Right? Let's get this real quick. Because necessity is laid upon me, man. And that, as it should, and it is you too, man. Right? Because the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few, man. And then we gotta stop being so damn proud, man. That's all it boils down to is pride, man. A lot of brothers too damn proud, man. Here we go. This Luke 14. I'm gonna start it right, because a lot of brothers make excuses, man. And Yahweh Shai spoke about you, bro. This is Luke 14. I'm gonna start it. Let's start at verse start at 18, right? Because at home behind the keyboard, you're comfortable. You're tweeting this precept or this brother, woody woody woo, but not doing the work, man. You're making excuses. This is Luke 14 and 17. And sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. Verse 18. And they all with one consent began to make excuses. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee, have me excused. Verse 19. And another said, I have brought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee, have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. Verse 21. So the servant came and showed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said unto his servant, go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the mammon, and halt and the blind. Verse 22. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded me, yet there is room. Verse 23. Hold on, brother, I got to ask you a question. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and the hedges, and compels them to come in, that my house may be filled, man. So you got to do the work. How you doing, brother? I got to ask you a question. Right, that may be ham and cheese, right? But the point is, you got to do the work, man. Right? What it say? Let's get that again. Verse 21. So the servant came and showed his Lord these things. Meaning the brother that was making these excuses. Oh, I got to do this, so I pray I'm excused. Oh, I got to do that. I pray I'm excused. Oh, I got a wife, so I can't come. Right? Verse 21. So the servant came and showed his hand, Salah, and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the mammon, and the halt, and the blind. Verse 22, and the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. Verse 23, and the Lord said unto his servant, go out into the highways and the hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which are bidden shall taste of my supper, man. So you making excuses, you're not going to taste the supper, man. Right? If you hiding your light and you're not letting your light be shown, man, you're not going to taste the supper, man. Right? And that should be humbling to them brothers, man, who sincerely hearken. Same way Yahushua rebuked Saul, and he sincerely hearkened, man, repented, and became Paul. Lord willing, his brothers who that apply to, and they sincerely receive it, man. Because I'm not coming out here, I'm not boasting myself or breaking brothers down. In fact, it's to break you down but build you up, man. Instead of being so proud behind that keyboard, go do the work, man. Right? The elect is not sealed, because the end has yet to come, man. It's coming. We're drawing nigh to that time, but it's still work that must be done, man. Especially in the times we're approaching, man. These vaccines, right? All these things that Satan so cunningly are going to enforce, man. Right? We need to be out here telling our people, don't take the vaccine, man. Don't receive the mark, man. Trust in Yahweh, not man. Don't it say curses man that trusted in man, man? It make flesh his arm, right? So it's a responsibility for his brothers, man. Let me get one more for the brothers, man. This is Ezekiel 33. It says, again the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. We know the Lord has chosen us to be watchmen, man. What's the responsibility as a watchman? Verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Verse 4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So if you are blowing the trumpet like you're supposed to, man, and that don't mean a real instrument. That means cry aloud, lift your voice up like a trumpet, and warn the people, man. Thus says Yahweh. But what did he say? If I blow the trumpet and they don't take heed, the blood upon their own hand. Let's continue. Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So those that take heed are going to deliver their soul, man. Right? But this is the point I need for us watchmen, man. Right? Verse 6. Verse 6. But if the watchman seeth the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand, man. So while we on Twitter being watchmen and not coming out here and warning the people, but arguing amongst ourselves, and we know the sword coming. Everybody be bringing up these, you know, what they notice, right? We see the wickedness, but you're not out here warning your people, man. What did Yahweh just say? They gonna die in their iniquity, but he gonna require the blood at the watchman's hand, man. Right? That's why we gotta be humble in this thing. Don't just receive the knowledge and keep it for yourself, man. Bring it out here. Bring it out here, whether they were here or whether they were forbear, man. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be punished too, man. Because the Father know who he gave this wisdom and his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to, man. He know who he set up as watchmen. He know who he's holding responsible, man. Right? Let me get another one real quick. This is Ezekiel 2. I'm gonna start at 7. Ezekiel 2 and 7. And thou shalt, right? Ezekiel 2 verse 7. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious, man. So we already know majority ain't gonna listen, man, because they rebellious. But you still got a job to do, man. In season and out of season, man. Not just when it's comfortable outside, right? My hands are freezing, man. Not just when it's comfortable. In season and out of season, man. Right? So, brothers, let me get this real quick. Right? Because I'm coming from a sincere space, man. I'm just tired of seeing it, man. Didn't he say it's better to reprove than to be angry secretly, man? Right? And just because we know the wisdom of Yahweh is infinite, man. So just because you start to understand we Israelites, don't you dare think your reproof stop, man. Right? We should always seek correction, man. But let me get this real quick. It's Sirach 20 from the top. There was a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue and he is wise. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly. And he that confesseth his fault shall be preserved from hurt. How good is it when thou art reproved? To show repentance, for so that thou shalt escape willful sin, man. Right? It said, how good is it, man? So it's not nothing to dread. In fact, those that dread it are not only those that need to hear it the most, but you know what he said about a man that despises correction, man. Right? Yeah, man, we got a responsibility, man. We got to gird up our loins. Let me get this real quick. This one I'm going to end with right here. Them demons starting to come out. I hear them. This is Jeremiah 1. I'm going to get verse 5 first. It's Jeremiah 1 and 5. Behold, Salah. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations, man. So before we came out the womb, our fathers known us, man. And those he gave the responsibility to, those watchmen, he sanctified us, man, to be a prophet unto the nations. Right? This is the point I need. Verse 17. Thou therefore gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them. Right? Notice it said arise, man. Not receive this, stay seated, and do it from the comfortability of your house. But what did he say? Jeremiah 1 and 17. Thou therefore gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them all that I command thee, Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them, man. So if you don't do what he requires of you, he gonna confound you before them, man. Acknowledge that, man. Right? And with that, call halal abanawi Yahweh by Hashem HaMashiach, Wamalak Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, call halal abanawi Yahweh by Hashem HaMashiach, Wamalak Yahweh Shah, man. We gotta make that call in the shirt, brethren.